Welcome to another Jazwares 4-inch Fortnite action figure review. Today we've got Toon Meowscles in the house, and I want to make it extremely clear, this figure is not available at stores. I did not buy this in the store, and it is not available, so I don't want you disappointed if you start searching and you can't find this figure, because Jazwares sent it to me. Is this early or late? I don't know where we're at the moment, but Jazwares sent this to me, I guess, to do a review because I've been doing lots of reviews for several years now. So jumping in, he comes with two accessories. He comes with this, the Toona, T-O-O-N-A, Toon Can, back bling, pretty nice. He also comes with the Chugga Chugga emote train. Pretty cool. Real quick, I'm going to show you the front of the package here and the back of the package so you can see the cross-sell and how he's packaged. As you can see, he's part of the new emote series, and check this out. Look at this train. You can't really see it though. Well, come on, Meowscles, get off to the side here for a second. Check this out. Watch the train. It goes up and down. Check the smokestack going up and down. The wheels are rotating in a way to make the back end go up and down. This thing is just as cool as some of the other emotes. Actually, if not better. In fact, I'm gonna give you one quick complaint here. I wish there was some sort of a hitch here, a trailer hitch, or a way of connecting multiple train cars, because in the game, when you're using this, other people can join in and someone is leading, whoever starts is leading, but you can add multiple cars, little cars on, and I thought that would have been really cool. They could offer the train, the engine in one emote, and then somewhere down the line we get like a troop builder maybe, and a car, so then we could just have like a long trail of Chugga Chugga emotes. I thought that would have been real cool, but they didn't do that. That's alright, but we still get this, and this is pretty cool. We'll get back to the Chugga Chugga in just a moment, bringing Meowscles back in. Let me show you how his back bling pegs in. So it looks looking pretty good, looking a lot like the game. I think the figure looks a lot like the character in the game here. But now let's take a look at the figure directly to see, is this a good figure or is this not? I don't like the Toon characters in the game, I'll be very honest. I don't like the black and white look of the characters. I think, a certain group is going to like them, and I think they're just not for me. But this figure rocks. This is an awesome figure. And you know what? Let's bring in a previous Meowscles figure and do a quick side-by-side comparison. I think Toon Meowscles looks really good compared to Shadow Meowscles. I mean, he's got a really dinky head. This guy's got a dinky head, but the proportion looks so much better with the Toon version than the regular version. I kind of hope they redo this version, make him a little taller, make him a little bit bulkier. Meowscles needs to be bulkier. By the way, I'm going to share something with you. I don't like calling him Toon Meowscles, so my nickname for this character is Toonscles. I just do that. I don't know why. Toon Meowscles, I just take off the meow part and just add Toon. So this is Toonscles. So any of you who have gotten this far into the video, you now know my little nickname for this character. It's Toonscles, like Toonseltown, I don't know. So anyway, how does he work? Well, he's got these suspenders that stretch from the waist all the way over to the shoulders, well, to the waist. So what does that mean for articulation? He has articulation in the torso and the chest area, but it ain't good. That's about what you've got because of those suspenders. He can bend forward just a little. Let's hold on to his feet here for a second. And he can lean back a little bit. He's got a pretty good range of motion for how this joint works on most of these figures. And we'll hold on to his feet. He can go left a little bit, and he can go right a little bit. But the rotation around at the waist or the torso, no, not happening. His head rotates all the way around just fine. This figure is tight in the shoulders, so yeah, it's tight. And they go up all the way. There's no hindrance if you can get those arms up. Oh man, yeah, there we go. Rotating around is just fine. There's a hinge, there's a rotation at the elbow, And at the wrist, he has now the joints in the knee. Let's rotate. By the way, the tail does rotate all the way around as best as I can tell. I think it's supposed to. It's not really a ball joint where you can like move it around, but it rotates. So we're going to rotate it up. He's got some amazing double pin knees. Look at that. He can kick his own rear end. Yes, he can. And he can do it, he can do it twice. Now get a load of these freakishly huge Toon boots. Look at that. He has got some Toon platforms over here. Oh my goodness. Which actually can help him stand when you get him in the right position. Dude, come on. Look at this figure. This figure is actually pretty good. This is a really cool looking figure. I don't like the character in game, but I love this figure. Now, he's got a couple guns on his waist because that's what a Meowscles does. He has weapons. They are stuck, but they seem pretty flimsy. If you see that, I think if you yank or if they snag too much, they may rip off. I don't know how well they're in there. I don't know how well the glue's holding. But, you know, be careful there. That may be the point of weakness here. When you do, I want to actually point out one more thing. When you do bend his knees, take a look at this knee joint. It's like a little ball. It's like a ball. Now in game, when he sits down like in Chugga Chugga or something, then his kind of the way that they design these types of animation way long time ago, back in prehistoric times, they had like a little round ball for the knee. So that's what they've done here, and I really like that little bit of detail. It's not just a standard knee, it's actually a little ball knee. And surprisingly, he's got a little bit of range of motion with these boots at the ankles. I'm kind of surprised how well these work. Usually figures that have big, heavy, thick boots, they don't go very far, but his range of motion is really pretty good. I'm quite surprised at the level of articulation of this figure. Now, the big question on everybody's mind, okay, it was on my mind, Chugga Chugga. Does he fit? We'll just say that. So before we try that, I'm going to point out something though to you. We're going to take a look inside the belly of the beast. You see there are a couple pegs in there. So unlike Little Treat, this one has one of the recommendations. They didn't take my recommendation. They were already working on this before I said it. But I thought they needed to have some foot pegs in these things so figures didn't fall out. All right, so we have foot pegs. We have a seat. Can he fit? Can he sit? And I'm going to tell you as I'm doing this, the answer is a very difficult and sad no. There you go. That's with his feet in there. That's about where he is. Now, you could bend his knees further, which is good, and then his rear end does, in fact, touch the seat. But you can't. And then he's leaning back, like he's like reclining here. You can't go any further. You can't even, when you're using the Chugga Chugga remote, you're actually hanging on to the side of the engine here. And you can't really do that either. It's unfortunate, you know, the execution, almost there. We're talking 99, 98% of the way there. Now, what about the pegs? What about those really cool things that I thought they needed to make this good? It's difficult. He's got some really massive boots. I have not been able to properly, well, maybe I just finally did. I have not been able to really properly peg in. Okay, there we go. We got the right foot on. The left foot I can't get on. So you'll have to hold his toes tight, push him down, and there you go. However, it's a little bit like Little Treat. You go too far and you move it around too much, and there is definitely weight on the back end of this thing. So close. So what about another figure? Oh, yeah, okay, I got that pegged on for sure. But I think the left foot here, the hole might be just a little bit too small. So what about a standard figure? Where are we at with that? Well, let's get his tail out of the way. Does his tail get out of the way? Maybe his tail does not get out of the way. We gotta quit talking about his tail. So, he's a little bit back heavy as well. Let's, sorry, I keep going off camera there. Let's get his tail out of the way again. Tuck his feet in there. And again, you got to be in a reclining position to actually get the rear end on the seat. Unfortunately, that's too far back. Let's see, who did I look at yesterday? It is none other than a Mothmando. And let's get his feet. Let's get his feet right. Does Mothmando work in here? Well, if you want to get him to sit again, dang, he hovers above this thing. So either the back end needed to be a little bit higher, or the inside needed to be a little bit lower so the feet can tuck in. In fact, I don't know what they're working with in there, but if they could have lowered this just a little bit. It's so close. It's almost there. It's almost perfect, but man, it's almost there. Now, I don't want you to think that this is bad, because this is fun. This is still a fun little thing. I like it. And, you know, if you're just going to display it, then with him, if you're going to display Toonscles or Toon Meowscles, you can get 1 or 2 feet in there, and, you know, you can lean him up and, you know, use the back bling as like a booster seat or something. There you go. He's now got a Toona Can booster seat. Now, I think that works kind of fine, right? At least he's sitting on something, right? Kids used to be propped up on chairs at a dinner table with phone books, if you know what a phone book is. But look at that. I think that works. You could display them this way. If you're playing with it, if you're just gonna rush it around, it doesn't have to be perfect. It can be like this, because you just need something to roll them around, and it's almost like a really awesome wheelchair here with a big wheel and a little. Anyway, this is really cool. Thank you for stopping by. If you haven't seen my recent review of Jazwares Mothmando, check it out over on the right side of the screen.